What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about consumer debt. What we are seeing right now, and what we are seeing honestly, is somewhat shocking because more and more people are going deeper into debt in a time when we have high uncertainty. We don't know, is the stock market going to rally, or are we going to just continue to see it fall? We don't know if the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates, or are they going to slow down a little bit? We don't know if we are in a recession based on White House findings. There's a lot of things that we don't know. But here's what I can tell you. We do know that more than 70% of millennials have some form of non-mortgage debt. The average millennial actually owes about $117,000. We also know 48% of millennials reported that they had some form of student loans, on average being about $126,993. But the scariest thing is that the most common debt is credit card debt. It's not a mortgage based on just millennials alone. It's not student loans. It's credit card debt. Well, here's another scary fact that we do not know, and this is coming back to the times of high uncertainty. We don't know if the Biden administration is going to forgive up to $10,000 in student debt. We don't know. We also don't know if they're going to increase it to possibly $50,000. It's highly unlikely, but we don't know. We also don't know if they decide to do it, when is it going to happen? Again, a lot of questions, we just don't know. Here's something we do know. We know 67% of millennials, they have credit card debt. And according to reports, the average credit card debt is about $5,249. Now, millennials do feel very comfortable that they can easily pay off this debt, at least within the next 5 years, and even during a recession. So that's optimistic. We also know 29% of millennials say that they don't pay off their credit cards each month. Now, why does all this matter? Well, this matters because these are scary numbers. These are scary numbers. When we have millennials, obviously jumping into the real world and, taking on different jobs or switching jobs, right, during a recession. The tough thing is, if you have all this debt and you go and switch jobs and you don't like it, try to go back to your old job and it's not there, what do? Well, again, that's what's scary, because having all this debt is risky. Now, here's another scary number. This scary number is that 47% of millennials, okay, or pretty much all millennials actually, on average, spend about 47% of their gross monthly income on housing each month. Experts recommend you spend about 30%. Now again, why is this so important? This is important because when we are spending almost 50% of our gross monthly income on housing each month, that's too much. That means we only, let's say we make $5,000, or we'll just say $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month, right? Easy math, because I really don't want to do the math. If we spend $10,000 or we make $10,000 a month, that means we're spending $4,700 every single month on housing. That's crazy. When experts say, no, you make $10,000, you shouldn't be paying any more than $3,000 on housing. Well, a lot of people aren't doing that. But honestly, and I know I've been talking about millennials here for a little bit, but it's not just millennials. That's not the issue. The issue actually dives a little bit deeper, because we now know that household debt tops $16 trillion for the first time. Yeah, it's fueled by higher inflation and interest rates, but there's other things that you need to account for as well. Not only that, but credit card balances have surged more than 13% in the past year. This is actually the largest increase we have seen in the past 20 years. Again, it's a major concern. But what are the expectations moving forward? Do we expect people to just stop spending money? No. Doesn't matter if we are in a recession or not. The American consumers are going to continue to spend money. We're going to buy new clothes. We're going to go get our hair cut. We're going to pay for our cell phone and our Netflix and our Hulu. We are going to do things like, pay for an apartment or buy a house, and pay for a car and put gas in it and insurance and all these other things. We're going to take trips, right? That's the expectation. Is we have had a very tough past 2 years that the American people want to just get out, take vacations, go have fun, get back to their normal lives. Problem is, it's just so expensive. So, experts do anticipate we are going to continue to spend money. Experts also anticipate that all households will continue to put their purchases on credit cards if they have in the past, because they will then put more money into savings. And you're probably thinking, well, does that make sense? You take your income and you, instead of spending your income and not going into debt, you go into debt and you save your income, you save some of your money, put into savings for one of those rainy days. Well, this happens more often than not in times of high uncertainty because people don't know what to expect. They want to have cash on hand. Right now, that's exactly where we're at. We don't know for sure if we are in a recession based on the White House's report, and we don't know where the Fed is going to go and take interest rates, which makes it very difficult to plan for. So here's what I can tell you. Right now, the biggest worry that experts have is that we are going to see a debt crisis. Americans are just going to go deeper and deeper into debt. It's going to take years to really fix our economy. And once the economy is fixed, we'll be so deep into debt that we will not have a way to actually pay it off. That's the expectation. So here's my warning to you. If you can, again, this isn't financial advice, okay? But if you can, don't go into debt. Just don't go into debt. There's some debt that is good or better debt. I'm not going to talk about that today, but there's some debt that's better debt. If inflation is 9.1% and you can lock in a loan at 3, 4, 5%, you're technically coming out ahead. But again, that's not something that you want to do, is go and get yourself a loan, have to pay payments on that loan and pay interest on that loan, because what happens if you lose your job? What happens if you forget to make payments? What happens if that loan is backed by some type of asset? Well, you could be screwed. So, one thing I can tell you is there's a lot of question marks going on right now. We don't know what Congress is going to do. We have no clue what the Biden administration is going to do. We don't know what the world economy is going to do. So, as we get more information on what's going to happen, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.